we find reasons to treat each other differently. We find reasons to look at someone and say, you are less valuable and therefore I have the right to exploit you. It can be because of your religion, your gender, your nationality, the accent you have, the class that you belong to. We can't keep doing this.
If you ask a child in a gang-infested community to draw a picture of what they see in their community, they're not going to draw the sun or stars like most children would. They're going to draw guns, they're going to draw drugs.
I had a woman tell me her young daughter is so beautiful, so it's just a matter of time before she gets raped. This is the norm. This is normal for them to be abused.
These things add up. So the challenges that one child faces are of such a nature that before that child even has an opportunity for anything else, everything is stacked against them.
We have this culture of pointing fingers, saying that people choose to be where they are. People choose to be in poverty-stricken areas. It's not about choices. We've created systems of oppression.
We can't keep doing this. We can't keep putting plasters on wounds. We need to just start addressing the root causes of these issues.
One of the things that drew me to the Justice Desk is the fact that it's a different way of doing developmental work. When we talk about human rights, the starting point is the dignity of the person. If anything threatens the dignity of that person, then as a society we've already failed.
So we focus on empowering everyday people to be human rights activists and change makers. We believe that the true experts in a community as to what their issues are, but also how to solve those issues, are community members themselves. But because of things like injustice, poverty, inequality, we don't always have the same access to knowledge, skills, tools, resources. So that's where we come in. And we take this very arbitrary concept of human rights and we make it very real in the lives of those we work with.
The approach that the Justice Desk has focuses on something that people don't often think about. There's so many things that affect just one right, let alone all 30 of them.
It's a frightening taboo topic, human rights. A lot of countries in general, but particularly in the context we work in, there's a lot of resistance to human rights work because people don't necessarily understand what human rights work entails.
People in our communities have been exploited for such a long time that they often find it hard to trust NGOs. They find it hard to trust anyone, really.
So it's people who don't even realize sometimes that their rights are being trampled on. So that's the first challenge, trying to change the very mindsets of people that we try to help, and that can be very difficult.
At the Justice Desk, we have a firm rule: never go into a community assuming you know what it's like, assuming you know what it needs, or assuming that you are a savior. We are partners. We are partners to our heroes. We are partners to the individuals we work with. And we learn just as much from them as they do from us. And we don't take that for granted.
If we appreciate that before we deal with any issues of society, we have to go out to the society, find out what it is that they actually need, then having done that, only then can we go out, knock on ministers' doors and try to get people exactly what it is that they need.
When you go in there and you're asking them certain things, they give you answers you never would have expected. So it's also like a learning experience for me.
People whom we train, they get the knowledge, they get the skills, and they can do it themselves. And that's the sustainability of it all, is that we empower the individual person to be the change maker themselves, and not for them to wait on the Justice Desk to come and save them. We need to first make people realize that they are worthwhile.
You have to start with that one person, and then that one person goes back into their family and they try to change their family. Once that family is changed, they then go into the community and start changing them. So it's something that actually takes time.
This kind of work can take 100 years. But if we start 100 years from now, it's going to take 200 years. What we are starting is something that can be finished, and it's something that can be challenged constantly. Unfortunately, in the NGO sector, there are a number of roadblocks and misconceptions that we have to deal with constantly.
We deal a lot with governmental departments who think that what we do is easy. They don't think the problems we bring about are legitimate concerns, and they really don't think that we can make the change that they want to see. So it can be quite a difficult process.
Other issues we face are things like funding. We get a lot of funders saying we don't want to fund salaries, we don't want to fund administration. So they want to run projects, but they want to exploit people to run the projects, which for me is a major human rights issue. That's another justice issue. That's the system creeping back without people even knowing it.
When people are only wanting to fund the facade of a project and not the real hard labor that goes into it, the hours before, the work that we all put in as a team, as an office, as partners, they don't realize the impact that they need to give, or the money that they need to give, or the time they need to give. But one of the biggest things on top of all of that is apathy. People are not wanting to talk about the issues. People are not wanting to deal with the issues, and people are not wanting to look at the root causes of the issues.
Despite all these challenges, we have been able to directly impact the lives of over 30,000 people, and indirectly we're sitting at over 90,000 people through 17 education, advocacy, and training projects across 3 different countries. Our educational materials and our campaigns are used all over the world, and we have thousands of students, teachers, and parents building safe and just communities.
We are influencing the policies of countries and mobilizing thousands of people to be everyday activists. Human traffickers are being caught, corporal punishment is being abolished, and police stations are being built. Relationships with the people we work with and their representatives are stronger than ever. So people are being equipped to recognize that yes, I can lead my own change, and it is working.